Goodwill just crossed a line most shoppers haven't noticed. This is a store that gets every single product for free. Every shirt, every blender, every pair of shoes donated for $0. And somehow, Goodwill is now charging prices that match and sometimes beat regular retail. A used coffee maker for $15 when the same one sells new on Amazon for $12. A secondhand jacket tagged at $30 when Target has it new for $25. Shoppers across America are posting receipts and asking the same question. How is a nonprofit charging more than a regular store for items they got for nothing? While prices climb, the CEO takes home over $700,000 a year. The organization is opening 78 new stores in 2026 and quietly pulling its most valuable donations off the floor before you ever see them. Today, we're exposing 10 Goodwill secrets the thrift store doesn't want going public. Hidden price codes that cut everything in half, a secret warehouse where clothes cost $1 a pound, and a system that turns Goodwill into the cheapest store in America if you know how to work it. When we hit secret number 1, you'll never shop Goodwill the same way again. Secret number 10. The color code on every tag. Most shoppers ignore this completely. The tags come in different colors: red, blue, green, yellow, orange. It's not random, it's a system. Each week, one color becomes the color of the week, and every item with that tag drops to 50% off. In some regions, it goes deeper. Goodwill of Southern California drops color of the week items to 50% off early in the week, then $2.79, $2.49, and finally $1.99 by Saturday. A shirt tagged at $8 on Sunday costs $2 by Saturday. Same shirt, same rack, different day. Check your local Goodwill's website or ask at the register which color is on sale. If the item you want has the wrong color, come back in a few weeks when it rotates into the sale. Patience saves 50% every time. Most shoppers have walked past these signs for years without ever asking what the colors mean. Now you know. What comes next is going to make you think twice about every piece of clothing you've ever bought from a thrift store. Secret number 9. They don't wash a single thing. Nothing at Goodwill has been washed, cleaned, or sanitized. When someone donates clothes, employees inspect visually, tag, and put them straight on the floor. Whatever the previous owner's home smelled like, whatever their pets rolled in, it's still on the fabric when you're holding it up in the aisle. Let that sink in. That cozy sweater you're sniffing? You're inhaling a stranger's life story. Veteran thrifters know the fix. Run everything through the dryer on high heat for 30 minutes before washing. That kills what a regular cycle won't. For stubborn smells, soak in a 1-to-4 vinegar and water mix for 2 hours before the wash. Never try on thrift clothes against bare skin. Never put thrift bedding on your bed unwashed. And never assume that because it looks clean, it is clean. This next secret is where things get uncomfortable, because the prices on those racks are about to make a lot less sense. Secret number 8. The prices that make no sense. Goodwill pays $0 for inventory. Everything is donated. Stores are staffed near minimum wage. Real estate is often tax exempt. Yet prices have climbed to the point where shoppers are posting side-by-side comparisons, showing Goodwill prices higher than the same item brand new at Walmart or Amazon. One consumer expert said it bluntly in 2026. Goodwill's mission is slipping. When the people it was built to serve can't afford to shop there, something has gone wrong. Goodwill generated over $7 billion in revenue in 2025 across 3,400 locations. They're redesigning stores with curated racks to attract Gen Z and higher-income shoppers. That's not a charity struggling to keep the lights on. That's a retail empire built on free inventory and public goodwill. A shopper who visits Goodwill twice a month and doesn't check real prices overpays by an estimated $300 to $500 a year. on items someone else gave away for free. Let that number sit with you for a second. Coming up, the next 3 secrets expose what Goodwill does with your donations before they ever reach the sales floor. And one of them is going to change how you think about this store completely. Secret number 7, the nonprofit illusion. Goodwill is a 501c3 nonprofit. No taxes on income, no taxes on most property, and public trust that every dollar goes toward helping people. And Goodwill does fund job training and employment programs. That part is real. But here's what most people don't realize. Goodwill is not one organization. It's a network of over 150 independent regional operations, each with its own CEO, its own board, and its own salary structure. The CEO of Goodwill Industries International, Steve Preston, earned over $700,000 in his most recent filing. Some regional CEOs earn even more. One Arizona affiliate paid its CEO over $880,000 for running a chain of thrift stores that gets its inventory donated for free. If that's nonprofit, I want to know what for-profit looks like. Meanwhile, the average Goodwill employee earns around $11 an hour. And until recently, some affiliates used a federal provision called Section 14C to pay disabled workers below minimum wage, literally pennies per hour in some documented cases. Most regions have phased this out by 2026, but the history is there. The inventory is free, the labor is cheap, the tax burden is zero, and the CEO compensation runs into the hundreds of thousands. That doesn't make Goodwill evil, but it makes the word nonprofit feel a lot less noble than most shoppers assume when they're dropping off bags of donated clothes. And it gets worse, because not all of those donated items even make it to the store you shop at. Secret number 6. The best items never reach the floor. Goodwill employees are trained to identify high-value items during sorting. Designer labels, vintage pieces, rare collectibles, quality electronics. When something valuable comes through the donation door, it gets pulled and redirected to shopgoodwill.com, their online auction site. Shop Goodwill is a real auction platform with over 150 regional organizations listing items. That vintage leather jacket someone donated thinking it would help a neighbor get a warm coat for $5. It's sitting on an auction page with 23 bids. The Goodwill store you walk into has already been filtered. The cream has been skimmed. What you're browsing is what the sorters decided wasn't worth auctioning online. But here's the flip side that works in your favor. Shop Goodwill listings are often poorly titled and miscategorized. Misspellings mean fewer bidders find the item. One reseller found a rare vintage calculator listed as calculator and won it for $10. It was worth over $200. If you know what to look for, the misspelling hack on Shop Goodwill turns their system against itself. Now, the next secret is one Goodwill counts on you not knowing. Because the moment you swipe your card, the rules change fast. Secret number 5. The return policy trap. Ross gives you 30 days. Target gives you 90. Goodwill gives you 7. Some locations stretch to 14. Many require the original receipt and tags still attached. And at Goodwill outlet stores, the bins, all sales are final. No returns, no exceptions. If you buy a lamp and it doesn't work at home, you own a broken lamp. If electronics are dead on arrival, congratulations, you just adopted a paperweight. No refunds, no exchanges, just life lessons at $15 a pop. Test everything in the store. Goodwill has outlets on the walls. Plug in electronics before you buy. Check every zipper, inspect every seam, try on clothes over what you're wearing. Because the moment you walk out that door, Goodwill's position is simple. You bought it. It's yours. One shopper posted about buying a $25 printer at Goodwill. No power cord, no ink, cracked paper tray. Brought it back 2 days later with the receipt. The store gave her merchandise credit, not a refund. She spent $25 and walked out with store credit she didn't want for a printer that never worked. Coming up, We're getting into the moves that flip the entire game. Hidden discounts Goodwill doesn't advertise. A secret warehouse most shoppers have never heard of. And the one rule that turns every Goodwill in America into your personal bargain machine. Secret number 4. The discounts Goodwill hides in plain sight. Here's something that will frustrate you if you've been paying full tag price. Goodwill has discount programs that most shoppers never find out about because Goodwill barely advertises them. First, the Text Club. At many locations, you can text Goodwill to a number posted near the register and receive a one-time 20% off coupon. That's not a typo. 20% on your next purchase for sending a text message. Some stores also have a rewards program where you earn points toward future discounts just by shopping. Second, military and first responder discounts. Many Goodwill locations offer daily discounts for active military veterans and first responders. Not a special event, every day. Show your ID at checkout. Third, and this is the big one, the 99-cent day. In many regions, on the final day of a color tag's rotation, every item with that color drops to 99 cents. Not 50% off. 99 cents. A jacket, 99 cents. A pair of boots, 99 cents. A kitchen appliance, 99 cents. This is the single cheapest day to shop at any Goodwill, and most shoppers have no idea it exists. A shopper using just the 99-cent day and the color of the week rotation can save $400 to $600 a year compared to someone walking in on a random day and paying full tag price on items that were already secondhand. That's Ross gift card hack levels of savings. Except at Goodwill, you don't even need a gift card. You just need a calendar. Now, this next secret is the one that changes the whole equation. Secret number 3. The secret warehouse where everything costs $1 a pound. Behind every Goodwill retail store, there's a system most shoppers never see. Items that don't sell after their color tag rotation get pulled from the shelves. But they don't get thrown away. They get sent to Goodwill outlet stores, known to insiders as the bins. The bins are warehouse-style stores with long rows of large blue rolling bins filled with unsorted merchandise. Clothes, shoes, kitchenware, books, electronics, toys, all mixed together. No price tags, no organized racks, just bins. It's like someone dumped an entire thrift store into a swimming pool and said, "Good luck." Everything is sold by the pound. Most locations charge between $1.49 and $1.99 per pound for clothing. Books are often 50 cents each. A pair of jeans weighs about 2 pounds. That's a $3 pair of jeans. A winter coat, maybe $4. 5 items that would cost $45 on the regular Goodwill floor and $150 at retail, roughly $14 at the bins. The bins restock every hour. Workers roll out fresh bins and announce last call on old ones. Early morning on a weekday is the best time, less competition, and first access to new inventory. The regulars know this. They line up before the doors open like it's Black Friday every Tuesday. All sales are final at the bins. No returns. The experience is physical, competitive, and chaotic. But for shoppers willing to dig, bins are where Goodwill becomes genuinely, absurdly cheap. Cheaper than any thrift store, any clearance rack, any dollar store in America. Search Goodwill outlet plus your city. If there's one near you, your entire thrift strategy just changed. Secret number 2. The timing hack most shoppers get completely wrong. When you shop at Goodwill matters more than what you buy. Goodwill employees restock the floor at 2 key times. First thing in the morning before the store opens, and in the evening as customer traffic thins out. Walk in at 7:30 a.m. on a weekday, and you're seeing the cleanest, best-stocked version of the store all week. Walk in on a Saturday afternoon, and the store looks like a tornado moved in and decided to stay. That's not shopping. That's punishment. Here's the real hack. Tuesday morning is the sweet spot Goodwill never tells you about. The color of the week sale is already running. and the racks are freshest after the weekend rush clears out and staff has restocked. You get the 50% sale price and the best selection on the same trip. But here's a Goodwill-specific secret most thrift shoppers have never heard. Some Goodwill locations receive brand new merchandise from retail liquidation, JCPenney clearance, Kohl's overstock, items with original retail tags still attached, new with tags, never worn, at thrift store prices. Ask the manager what days they put these items out. They'll usually tell you. Managers want to sell, and most shoppers never think to ask. Late evening on weeknights is the second best window. Fewer shoppers and employees are rolling out fresh inventory for the next day. One rule: never Saturday afternoon, never Sunday at noon. Your time and your wallet both depend on timing, and Goodwill is counting on you showing up at the worst possible moment. After everything we've uncovered, you might think the secret is finding the cheapest Goodwill. It's not. The secret is knowing when Goodwill isn't cheap at all. Secret number 1, the Goodwill rule. Here's the one rule that changes everything. Stop asking, "Is this cheap for Goodwill?" Ask one question instead. Is this actually cheaper than buying it somewhere else? That's it. That's the rule. A $20 used jacket isn't a deal because Goodwill says the tag used to be $80. It's a deal only if that same jacket costs $40 or more new, and you're paying $20 for one in good condition. A $15 coffee maker isn't a deal because it came from a thrift store. If Amazon sells the same model new for $12, you just overpaid for someone else's used appliance at a nonprofit that got it for free. Pull out your phone. 15 seconds. Search the brand and the item. If Goodwill's price is genuinely below the market, buy it. If it's close to retail or above it, put it back. This one rule destroys every trap we've exposed in this video. The color tag system? Now you know when to time your visit. The inspection? Now you know what you're actually getting. The bins? Now you know where prices are genuinely unbeatable. Shop Goodwill? Now you know when an auction is worth your bid. And the price tag on the shelf? You stop caring what Goodwill says it's worth. You care what the market says it's worth. And here's the part that makes this rule dangerous for Goodwill. Once you start checking real prices on your phone, you'll realize that about half of what's on those racks fails the test. Overpriced used goods that cost less brand new somewhere else. But the other half? Those are the real deals that made Goodwill legendary in the first place. A $200 jacket for $15. A vintage find worth 10 times what's on the tag. A name brand pair of shoes for $3 at the bins. The difference is that now you'll know which half you're looking at. That's the Goodwill rule. The bargain was never the price tag. The bargain is the gap between what Goodwill charges and what the item is actually worth. And now you know exactly where to look. Drop your best Goodwill find in the comments. What you paid and what it was actually worth. We read every single one. And if someone you know still thinks thrift store automatically means good deal, send them this video. At Frugal Pro, we don't just save money, we expose the system. Subscribe, stay sharp, and we'll see you in the next one.